Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pac-Man World Re-Pac. At the end of the last episode, we finished up the first two levels of the factory area, and in this episode, we are going to be taking on level 5-3 as well as the boss stage, which is going to, of course, be immediately after this level. So as you can see, we have now entered level 5-3 down the tubes, and we have a little bit of a scary surprise for us down below. Underneath the platforms, there is a bunch of slime looking stuff, of course, now that we can actually fall into if we are not careful. So we want to make sure we do not do that. So I do love the little slime effect down there and kind of how that looks. I always thought that was kind of cool. I know this isn't my favorite area of the game, but I'm still going to go ahead and take in and appreciate all the little details that just still make this game look really beautiful, in my opinion. But now it's time to go ahead and move on. Now it is time to go ahead and move onwards. As you can see, we have more of these bouncy pads that we're going to go ahead and utilize. That way we can get to the top of this platform if I quit messing up there. Looks like we have a maze door there. We're not quite yet ready to open that because we do not have the Galaxian key, of course, because that is required just like in any level. I don't know why I have to feel the need to point that out, but I'm going to do it anyways, apparently. But now we have the metal dot ability. We got a Galaxian key right there. And as you can see, wow, I almost fell to my death there. The metal dot ability has been given another utilization. So as you can see, there is another magnet in this level, except it's going to appear from the ceiling. And as you saw there, if you're a metal Pac-Man, you will be able to be stuck to that magnet. So that'll actually get you across different platforms, or it can mess up your rhythm and cause you to die unexpectedly. I'm hoping for the former in this case, but we'll see how things kind of shake out here. But now, as you can see, we have entered the maze. So we want to go ahead and make fine work of this. We have more obstacles in our path, and we just want to go ahead and avoid those autoclaves. I know I kind of messed up the terminology with those things. I know they have temperature gauges on them, and they spew hot steam, so we want to go ahead and avoid that. And it looks like Pinky and Clyde are kind of right up on our tail. And yes, I am doing better at remembering the ghost names. But now, we want to go up here, go ahead and get these pack dots. Man, these guys just won't leave us alone. I was for sure I was going to get cornered there, but wow, that was close. It didn't happen. Man, I'm having a lot of close calls in this maze section. Haven't got hit once, though. I have to say, that was... What was that? The first time I haven't got hit in a maze in, like, I don't even know, like 4 levels? Been quite some time, but anyways. It is now time to return back to the main level, and we have some falling debris to kind of give us a little scare there, but it's not going to work because we are unable to be frightened, apparently, so... Want to go ahead and collect that slot metal there. Not necessarily in need of those, but I guess it is. I guess, you know, obviously if you're going for 100%, those slot metals. I know I've kind of downplayed them in the game where it's like, yeah, they really aren't that important. They really are if you are going for the 100% completion criteria. So if you're looking to achieve that total high score of 765,000. Of course, having more chances at the slot game at the end of the levels will kind of help you get to that number. So, but yeah, that's pretty much how, one of the main benefits of the slot medals. So yeah, again, I hate to kind of downplay them. I just, for my personal playthroughs, never really care too much about the final total high score. But again, for those of you that are going for that perfect run, it is very beneficial in order to, of course, have more chances at the slot machine. But now we have taken out all of those ghosts right there, and we have a little bit more time with the power pellet, and now it's finally run out. So we'll go ahead and grab this other metal dot that is located right here in front of our eyes, and we're going to use the nice little trick of the magnet to get us across there. Even though you can see we can just simply jump over it. I think it's mainly to help you get over that steam that gets shot out, but again, you can just simply wait for that to go down. Just kind of cool. I like that effect. I think it looks even better in the remastered version, but also, I don't think I pointed this out, but the steam does not affect you as Metal Pac-Man, so he is invulnerable. I think I kind of show that off in the Funhouse area where we were kind of running through the purple mist that the clown heads were shooting at us with the metal dot. I don't really think I mentioned it as it was happening, but that is another benefit of the metal dot, is he is invulnerable to pretty much any attack and any obstacle that you will face, like these you know, little spouts of steam that are being shot at you. So but now we're gonna move upwards, and we have another chest up here with some nanners inside, so we want to collect those and then move over to this elevator to get ourselves down. Alright, so now that we have gotten back to the banana door, we want to go ahead and collect the prize inside. Of course, I'm getting shot at by that steam like no other, so that's kind of annoying, but it's alright because we're going to get through it. Alright, so now that we have made our way, let me see if I can do this correctly. Not look like a fool here, like I'm inexperienced and don't know what I'm doing, because I promise I'm not. Even though sometimes I can be, but in this specific instance, that's not the case. We're just going to move right along, and as you can see, once we roll down here, we have another underwater section, which I'm dreading, because this is actually the one that I was thinking about in the last level. But it is here now. But back up there outside, you saw another Pac-Man family member. So we're going to go make our way back up there once we find the key, which I believe is actually coming up very soon. Then, of course, we can make our way back up to the cage where the Pac-Man family member's being held, and then we can go ahead and open up that. But for now, we're going to go ahead and take on what I believe is probably the most tedious part of the game, or at least one of them for me, in my personal opinion. Not only do we have to deal with some more underwater exploration, so we kind of move a little bit slower, but we also have to make sure we don't get our butts bit by these sharks down here. I can't stand these guys. And as you can see, we have some sections here where we get to go back up to the surface for a few things, but this is probably one of the levels where there is a lot of backtracking involved. You pretty much have to be using your muscle memory to remember every single path that you've been. I think this is why this kind of throws me off, this section right here. Not only is it underwater and it feels like it takes forever to get around, but you have to consistently go back and forth, and remembering the path that you've taken versus the ones you haven't taken can be kind of hard because a lot of these sections look very similar. And unless you're maybe memorizing where the placements of some of these pipes are and how they're laid out, which I don't really do a great job at, then you're probably going to have a very hard time remembering where you've been and where you need to go. It's probably just me that has that problem, but I'm okay with admitting it. So as you can see, we have several fruit doors that we need to open. So luckily we had the peach to open that one, so we got another metal dot. A lot of these fruit doors out here on the outside of these water sections are mainly just going to have metal dot respawn, so some of them you don't necessarily have to even open, but I'm going to go ahead and do it to make life a little bit easier. So I went back and got that metal dot, so that way I can actually hit that green switch to open up another doorway leading to another path that will get us some more goodies here. As you can see, there's 2 more treasure chests, so we need to go ahead and collect the metal dot in order to break those open. Want to wake on that sharky guy there. And then we're going to make our way back up here. We have an annoying torch enemy to get rid of, and another piece of health. And of course, we don't have the orange in order to activate or to open that door with another metal dot, which is very close by for where we need it. Right, just moving right along here, and let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and take care of these guys. I love having that blast ability to be able to just blast them out of here. Several enemies at a time. Very convenient, very nice, if I say so myself. And 2 more treasure chests right down here, of course. So we definitely are going to need more metal dots. And luckily, there's one we can open right here. Very perfect. Get my butt bounced down here, and we are going to find another piece of health and an orange. That's actually what we need for that other door that's holding another metal dot, which is close by another area that we need to break open some chests. So let's go back over there after collecting that strawberry. All right, so now that we have opened that door requiring an orange, we were able to activate that metal dot respawn. So now we can go ahead and travel over in this direction. And we have some more chests, of course, that we were not able to break open before. All right, so now that we have the grapefruit, we can go ahead and collect that next collectible, which will be, again, helpful for our total score. And if I don't get hit enough times by these steamy pipes, I will go ahead and take care of some of the rest of these sharks. And I think that was the only one that was in this area here. Yeah, come on, go ahead and run out. Don't need you anyways, you metal dot. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and swim back in this direction, back up this way, because I believe we still have some stuff to take care of over here. Alright, so we're actually going to want to head back in this direction. This is actually the far right part of this section. I just kind of pointing that out because this can be very difficult to maneuver or to, you know, kind of remember where you are, since there are a lot of pipes that are laid out very similarly in all of these sections. All right, so now that we have grabbed this metal dot, I actually wanted to come back down here and break this chest open because the end of the level is actually right up here to the right. So we have all of the Pac-Man letters. That's very nice. We've completed the maze. So all that is left is to go back for the Pac-Man family member that we left behind at the very beginning of this water section. Alright, so over here is where we're going to find the keys. We will go ahead and use that other collectible that we needed in order to open that door, which is very nice indeed because we can now go ahead and save the Pac family member. Just want to go ahead and collect that apple with a few Pac dots surrounding it. Again, don't want to leave any fruit left uncollected. And this switch is going to raise the water level over in that first part of the water section. So that way we can reach the Pac-Man family member, which I believe is Pac-Man's son, if I am not mistaken. But first, we're going to go ahead and have us a little supper by devouring these ghosts. Because we're Pac-Man, and that's just what we do. Make sure I've cleared out the whole area, and now it is time to get back to our son, who is falsely imprisoned right now. We'll get back into the water, and we're going to go ahead and go back up here. As you can see, we can now reach this platform, which is holding our son, Pac-Boy.
Yay, thanks for saving me.
Alright, so now that we have him rescued, that is the 5th out of 6 Pac-Man family members to save. So we just have one more Pac-Man family member to rescue, and then things will be just like they were again. Everybody will be reunited. It's going to be a nice, happy fairy tale ending, and well, I guess I probably shouldn't speak too soon. I just want to go ahead and take care of the rest of these sharks down here because they cause me a lot of pain. But it is now time to finally end the stage with the final bonus stage of the factory area. Alright, my good friends the magnets and the burners have returned to make my life a living nightmare. So I want to try to avoid these, and I'm probably doing this completely wrong. You're probably, I think the strategy here is really just wait for those things to drop down and then break open your chest and collect your fruit, and that's probably why, am I going to do this? But then there's like this section and it takes a little bit of time. So yeah, I guess that's the strategy. I think we're going to do it finally. Oh, thank goodness. I finally cleared a bonus stage in the factory. I don't think that was the first time I've ever done it ever, but it's nice to actually get it done in this Let's Play. Come on. Come on. I'm leaving this in if I match these. Just one more. One more, please. Galaxian. Please, Galaxian. Come through for me. Oh my goodness, look at that. 3 Galaxians. I am leaving this in. Look at that. 3 1-ups. Jackpot. I have never lined up 3 of those ever. Alright, so we are... apparently we are receiving achievements left and right on my Xbox, but we've also increased our total high score to just under 600,000. Not too bad. I was hoping to get to 600,000 by now, but it looks like we're going to do that after the next boss. So it is now time to take on the 5th boss of the game, and it is none other than the Krome Keeper. As you can see, we have saved our next family member of the area, as well as completed all of the regular levels. So it is now time to go ahead and talk to Pac-Boy.
Welcome back. Pac-Man's place is pretty close now. You can do it.
So with those words of encouragement, let's see what else he has to say.
Thanks for saving me. It's very dangerous up ahead, so be careful.
All right. With all those words of encouragement and empowerment, it is now time to take on the Krome Keeper. Gonna jump down here. And look who it is once again. Man, we just cannot get away from this guy. What is this? Holy cow. It's the Iron Giant. Just kidding, it's the Krome Keeper. Yes, this is the 5th boss of the game. This boss fight can be pretty challenging. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably one of the more challenging fights since Anubis. But basically the main objective here is, of course, you want to go ahead and wait until you find the metal dot, which is of course going to be located inside of the only blue chest that will spawn. But the main challenge here is you have these magnets that are going to hover above your head as you are trying to navigate these conveyor belts while also trying to avoid the attacks that the Krome Keeper throws at you from a distance there. But yeah, once again, you basically want to look out for the metal dots once they appear on the conveyor belt, and then you can use that to, of course, go ahead and, if I don't get taken away by this magnet, of course, but you can go ahead and use your Pac dots to launch an attack at the Krome Keeper. I think you can only get one hit on him at a time, but now he's going to do this next phase where he's going to attach some new rockets on his shoulders, and these are going to blast over at us, and we're going to try to do the best that we can to avoid them. Of course, those magnets are actually going to be able to take these boxes that have bombs inside of them, and then once they drop them, of course, you want to get out of the way to make sure that you do not get blasted out of here by those bombs that are located in those boxes. So a lot of stuff being kind of thrown at us here, so yeah, that's why I say this is probably one of the more challenging fights. I would say it's still easier than Anubis, just for the simple fact that they do throw you a good amount of health in this fight, where I think if you break open some of these wooden boxes as well, you can find some extra health as well. Yeah, for the most part, you just mainly want to avoid those rockets, and then of course, once you do find the metal dot, get the heck away from those magnets, because that's going to mess up your rhythm. And it can, you know, stop you from attacking the Krome Keeper and kind of waste a turn if you're not, you know, quick. Alright, so he's going to go into his final phase here now that he is only 2 hits away from death. And he is now going to, I guess, grow new arms. Obviously, he's a robot, but he's going to be able to install these new laser arms that are going to blast the heck out of us with those lasers. So those are the same type of lasers, if you've noticed, that Anubis used. So that's kind of interesting, except the Krome Keeper has the double laser attack there. So pretty frightening, pretty threatening, but again, if you're quick, you're careful of your movements, you can find the metal dot, you know, taking this guy out with no problem. I think the magnets, yeah, I think they do actually throw additional magnets. I think there was like, I think that we started with like 2 or 3 of them. Now we got like 5 of them. Just hovering over our heads, ready to take us out once we are metal form. So we want to make sure that we go ahead and avoid those as much as we can. And there it is, our metal dots. We just have to hit him one more time. If I can avoid all these magnets, that would be great. Oh, goodness. Nope. All right, we got him. It's over. So yeah, simple as that. Again, it can be one of the harder fights. But he's going to go ahead and fall down that endless pit there. Or I don't know if it's endless, but he went ahead and exploded. And now we get our reward. So, of course, more pack dots, fruits, slot medals, all kinds of goodies here. But that is it for boss number 5. So, very nice indeed. We're going to take our little token here to clear that boss stage and move right along. All right, so it looks like we have exceeded 600,000 as our total, new total high score. So very nice indeed. And now we have unlocked another area, and this is the final area of the game. I can't believe it is finally here at last. As you can see, we have completed 5-4, which will conclude the factory area. We'll talk to Pac-Boy one more time.
Great job, you're almost at Talkman's place.
Very nice. So after getting some final words of encouragement from Pac-Boy there, it is now time to make our way through the final gate, which is going to lead us to this very creepy looking bridge. And right there in the distance is Pac-Man's house. So this is the final area of the game, and we are literally here, the final part of the game. Can you believe it? But we are going to save that for the next episode. Till then, I will see you later.